Presented by That Time I Got Reincarnated in the same world as an anime podcaster, this is Shonen Jumping the Gun, the show where we set our sights on the first chapter of a manga and decide if it's a misfire or a bullseye.
Let's see how many rounds are in this magazine.
On today's episode, there's no need to fear, Underdoctor is here! Welcome, everybody. I've just checked your chart and you need 20 cc's of new manga stat. I'm Moxie here with the Doctor of Isanomics. It's Isekai Sensei Sama Brad. Brad, how you doing?
We need to get this manga intubated.
Intubated? What does that mean? Is it pregnant?
Stick the thing down your throat to help you breathe.
Oh, okay. My goodness. And here we are with a new Shonen Jump manga drop. Out of no.
Yay.
So what's I'm like so checked out of a lot of it. What has ended?
So this is replacing Oter.
Oter is finally oted.
Yeah. As for the next two, I don't know.
Because what we've known for a while, I think since the last drop that like Elusive Samurai is almost done. I think like that was like is confirmed. Like we've had articles about it.
Yeah,
we've had press releases, and I know somebody said, and I've been suspecting it, that Sakamoto Days is almost done. It has been feeling like it's been moving towards the ending for a while now.
Right. The mangaka said that we're in the final arc,
whatever that means. Is Hazakaze Mound ending, or was that just speculation?
Yeah, I think that was the second one.
Okay, I could believe that.
I'm looking for the information.
Because everything from the everything from the prior run is dead, isn't it? Let me look at the Excel sheet to figure out what I'm talking about. Well, I guess Modulo is still alive because it's Modulo.
But that has a planned ending, so I don't know if that
You are correct. Yeah, that was supposed to be. I wonder if they'll go like, this is successful enough. We're going to make you do more. Oh, what? I guess, what? None of the last set is all alive. Gonron Egg, The Mage Next Door, and Hero Girl and Demon Lord call it quits. I don't know if they're doing well, but I don't think any of them are like the one that's ending.
Right. So, yeah, Harukaze Mound.
Harukaze Mound.
I don't know that we've ever said that properly.
So, yeah, the last set before that was Modulo and Someone Hurts, and I don't think Someone Hurts is ending either. People seem to like it.
Right.
Good for them.
Harukaze Mound ends next week.
Okay.
And again, as we talk about this stuff, we are getting things a little less than a week after the magazine comes out.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you'll see news and it'll be like, this has ended this week. And it's like, wait a minute, what? And it's like, no, it ends next Sunday.
How many months is 3 volumes? I guess that's like a year, isn't it? About
3 volumes.
So about 30 chapters, so it's a little under a year, right?
I mean,
with breaks?
I think even with breaks, it should be closer to, it should be like 40 some.
Yeah, so about a year. I'm trying to figure out when Modulo ends, if it ends when it's supposed to end. I guess.
Right.
But enough of that. It's time for the Underdoctor. So yes, we're getting another set of 3. We have Underdoctor this week. I don't remember what's next week. And then the week after that, I think it's called Alien Headbutt, which I remember because, like, what a name. I'm very excited about Alien Headbutt. It will probably disappoint me, but who knows? I'm hopeful right now. Folks, I'm hopeful. While Brad looks at his phone to figure something out. I guess while Brad does
I'm trying to figure out what's going to be ending next week. But I'm not seeing it yet.
So while he's figuring that out, so yes, we are covering this a day after because we had a snowstorm and we couldn't record. This dropped January 25th, 2026. I got to get used to that. By Kyo Tanimoto, whom I, like Googling, could find nothing about. Sometimes I can find like, oh, they were an assistant on this, or I had these one-shots. I could not find them. All I could find was references to Underdoctor, among other things, and maybe people that shared his name kind of, sort of, that were not him. So, complete new guy. Our translation is Dan Luffy, who we've seen a lot recently from Odor of the Flame, so I guess he's shifting from Odor to this. Ping Pong Peril, which he had, and Hero Girl and Demon Lord Call It Quits. I just grabbed because I know we've seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
And then lettering was a new name to me. Tom Kilcourse. Do you remember that one?
No.
In
fact, when I read the chapter and then I went back to the beginning to check who was doing translation and lettering, and I saw that name and I was like, who?
I know, exactly. So he seems, I'm assuming they seem super new. Anime News Network is usually where I get my things of they worked on these things.
Mm-hmm.
And literally all it has him down is he lettered chapter 190 of Akane Banashi, and he's been helping out as a secondary letterer on the Kingdom manga. And that's all that was listed.
Wow.
Like, not even like filled in on these, literally nothing. So this homie is new. This might be his first, again, I'm using he a lot, their first proper series.
Good for them.
I don't know. Maybe we got to ask our contacts to see if they know things, because I'd be curious to know. Without further ado, do we have any other business before I jump into my Sumbury?
I
feel like it's been a while since we had a jump drop.
don't think there's anything else.
Okay. So it's time for my Moxie's Mox Speed manga summary. Okay, so we don't actually start with a quote nothing space page. It's like they heard me from the Time Paradox Ghost Rider episode. Instead, we are on a commercial plane mid-flight as the call for a doctor goes over the loudspeaker, and we spy the man who must be our protagonist. So I know I just had that all written. So I made if you don't remember from that episode, because it'll have now been months ago, or actually no, it'll be not even a month ago. Time is weird. I made the notice that a lot of
Paradox Ghost Rider was last week.
I know, it's confusing. Time is confusing. Is that a lot of Shonen Jump first pages are like a quote in a nothing space where it's like a tone poem that has technically nothing to do with what's happening, but it's supposed to tonally set you up for what's going on, but you don't actually really see anything that's important. You usually get that, and I quote it directly, and then you go into the splash page with the chapter name. And this one didn't have it, which I liked. I'm tired of those now that I've broken the Matrix, but I like that me breaking the Matrix in a series from like 5 years ago is paying dividends now. Splash page, chapter 1. The doctor named Haji. A man on the plane's tummy hurts, like real bad. I don't know other way to describe it. He just says his stomach hurts. And he's like sitting near the bathroom, but he's not in the bathroom. A nearby flight attendant hopes he will come and help. Cut to earlier in the day as our protag-san is running late to get on the flight, tripping in his hurry to the terminal. He says he's barely slept, but instantly is able to identify the flight attendant has a headache, why she has it, and what she can do to alleviate it. Despite his appearance, he is a licensed doctor. Back in the present, someone appears to be coming to the back area. But it's a different doctor! Our guy is trying to catch some Z's. There was an announcement over the PA about the sick guy that woke him up. Back in the back of the plane, we learn the doctor who showed up is Dr. Ishiguro from Mikage Medical in Tokyo, a big shot. He determines the man has food poisoning, and, while his life isn't in danger, with how long the flight is, they should probably turn around to take him to a hospital. The man cries out he has to finally able to see his daughter. He works overseas. They don't really clarify it more. It's mostly just like, I want to make it, but also, ooh, my tummy.
I mean, they're leaving from Singapore to go to Tokyo.
Correct.
So, I mean, he probably works in Singapore.
Yes. But his family lives in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Then our protag-san shows up. He has the man take his shirt off as he jams his fingers into the man's chest. He instantly IDs the food poisoning from something he ate on the plane, and hits several acupoints to temporarily alleviate the pain, which works. Now they don't need to turn around. Dr. Ishiguro is amazed. How could this man instantly show up, diagnose the situation, and help alleviate the man's pain without any extra equipment? He shows respect and wants to know how Protag-san did it. It's kind of weird, but he can see weak points in a person's body, like a light that glows. This is a skill that took many years to hone. Dr. Ishiguro is delighted to know this man is a doctor and wishes to be as amazing as him. Our protag-san finally introduces himself as Haji Kino. Dr. Ishiguro introduces himself as well. Haji says he specializes in surgery and is self-taught. They then focus on what caused the food poisoning, but in that moment a man with a pistol appears and fires. We learn the plane has been hijacked and they will crash the plane into Tokyo if they are not paid on time. We cut to later in the hold with our two doctors, the hold of the plane. Haji snuck them down there after the shooting. Dr. Ishiguro has been shot twice. No vitals were hit, but he is bleeding profusely. Haji was shot, but he's wearing a bulletproof suit, so he's fine. Haji will have to do surgery to remove the bullets, but Ishiguro is like, save yourself, and Haji's like, dude, you're my patient now. Do you want to live or die? Ishiguro then does a quick flashback montage thinking of all his patients, and honestly a very sweet moment.
Also, doctors don't ask people in the moment if they want to die. That's what do not resuscitate orders are for.
I mean, he's a licensed doctor, but we also know he's a wheeler and dealer. He was a wheeler and dealer of death, but now mostly just life. But no, they have this montage of all these patients that he's caring for. He goes, I can't die yet. I have people waiting for me. Back with the... Are they terrorists? Look, we had this conversation talking about Die Hard because I did it for SOC last year. Is Hans from Die Hard a terrorist or a thief? I think I've been so programmed to see planejackers as terrorists, but their goal is getting paid. Regardless, they talk about killing the passengers one by one while they wait for the money, which is taking its sweet time to show up.
They are using terrorism to steal, so yes.
No. Hans are these planejackers.
Yes.
But no, but they're not, they don't, their ideology is making money. That's a thief. And a terrorist is one that is pressing because that's why it's like one person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter.
Terrorism is using terror for a goal.
It's an agenda, yeah.
Generally, most of the time, it's a political agenda.
Yeah, but I thought that's what makes it terrorism and not just a thief. Because when a man robs a bank, it's not, we don't call it terrorism.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, like,
I would just say yes.
Die Hard makes it confusing.
They're both terrorists and thieves.
Die Hard makes it confusing because Hans and his gang are using the concept that they appear to be terrorists to do what they're doing, but in fact they are literally just thieves. They have no political agenda. His whole thing about wanting the prisoners is a smokescreen.
Right, but that is still a thing.
He doesn't actually know or care about any of those people he just described. It's a bit.
But that's still terrorism because presumably they would then try and let those people out of jail.
But he wouldn't have cared about that. Wasn't his goal.
Right.
He was ready to blow up a bunch of people.
Does it matter if that isn't your primary goal?
I don't think it's his goal at all. Again, it was just a tactic. I don't know. This is confusing.
Accidental terrorism.
Hans is not a freedom fighter for anybody that's not directly on his crew.
Right.
We can't view, I don't know. People come to the Discord and talk to me if Hans from Die Hard is a terrorist or not. And also these planejackers. So yes, they want the money. It's not coming quick enough. They're going to start killing people if the money doesn't show up soon. The flight attendant prays to whoever will listen to save them. And then Haji arrives. Ishiguro back in the hold thought it would take him 90 minutes to do the surgery to remove the bullets, but it took him under an hour. And now he's here to get the planejackers.
Just under. 58
an
minutes.
hour. Yes. And now he's here to get the planejackers, which he does so with precise hitman-like ease, but he doesn't kill them. I believe he uses both a scalpel to like cut a bullet to deflect a bullet,
and he does a lot of like, but he did deflect it. Yeah.
And then he does a bunch of like my brain's thinking of Neji, like he's hitting very specific
pretty
points.
Much. Gentle fist.
Yes. We get a brief flashback of what appears to be his father training him as a boy. You'll use your powers for killing, not being a doctor, dummy. He finally gets to the lead jacker. What a wording me. I'm jacking this plane. Jacking all over this plane. But this lead jacker says,
jackety jack.
Goodness. Oh, back on track. So Haji gets to this main man who has taken over the plane. I'm not going to use that other word. Haji says he won't kill him, but he will teach him about the pain people feel, and does like a super pressure point attack on him, which I'm assuming makes him feel a lot of pain, but doesn't kill him.
That was the 64 fist
attack. 54 palms.
Right.
With the problem solved, Haji moves to the cockpit to tell the pilot the threat is gone and he can keep flying at this and asks if he can keep flying at this altitude. Haji doesn't want to deal with answering a bunch of questions in Tokyo, so he's just going to take a parachute that one of the guys brought on and jump.
That's so crazy.
I love that.
It's like, so the guy who saved us all jumped out of the plane?
Yes.
What?
Before he jumps, Dr. Ishiguro asks if they will see each other again, and Haji says definitely. Floating in the air with his parachute, Haji calls up his contact about the situation and then promptly falls asleep as he glides through the sky. End of chapter. Brad?
This is great.
This, I think, is the finest first chapter we've had in Jump in a long, long while. I don't think I have been this just like... Yeah. I don't think I have any, like, there was no hemming and hawing. I ended the chapter and I was like, I had a great time. I didn't have to have any moment where I went, Literally just from top to bottom, I had a blast. I was excited what happened. I'm excited what's been set up. I'm excited where we're going. I like that. I feel like a lesser first chapter would have beat you over the head that he was a hitman, even though, like, the opening tag tells you that.
Not an exorcist.
Not an exorcist.
He's an assassin.
He's an assassin, but he's also a doctor. He's a life and death dealer. But
he's probably not an assassin anymore.
Did he kill people before?
It's still up in the air.
I think so. He did.
We don't know.
We don't know. Well, he's not in the. Oh, I guess he's still up in there. He's still gliding. I love that he falls. I love that he falls asleep. He's so needing of sleep that he falls asleep while hang gliding. It's honestly, when you're parachuting, once you pull the chute, it is very peaceful. If I was very sleepy, I could see falling asleep during that time. No
Once
joke.
the chute's deployed.
Correct. Not before.
When you pull the chute,
It's
there's still about a second where
But
you're
when
like,
you're just and he's just gone through a stressful. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet. But no, I don't even know what to talk about because I'm gonna gush. I loved it. I loved its emotional core. I loved its action. I loved the art and the designs. Like Haiji is cool. Like it's been a while since we've had like I've been on a kick recently of like I want a cool badass who doesn't afraid of anything. And it's him, and I get the little thing of like he worked at this. He's got his own things he's dealing with. I love the the whole little wrinkle of the no-kill thing, and his dad's like, "You should be killing people," and like that flashback was like perfectly timed. Like, Brad, I'm gushing. Where were you at? Like, I'm so glad you had a good time with this because like I said, like I'm like I don't know the last time I've had a chapter one where I was just like no notes, love it.
I got like I don't know when I finished a chapter. My first thought was like I'm getting Spy Family vibes, but it's not. Spy Family, it's the action in Spy Family,
Yeah.
and then also sort of the setup of like assassin doctor thing that he's got
Sakamoto-y days stuff.
And Sakamoto days. It's just got sort of the feeling of those things in a very good way.
Yes, but also doing its own stuff.
Yeah
I love the doctor stuff. There's a I didn't put in the summary, but they have listed a medical consultant, which I love that.
Yeah.
So that I'm hoping that means we get more doctor stuff.
The thing that, oh my God, when I was reading this and this happened, I was like, oh my God, yes, this is perfect storytelling. I was so ready for the doctor to be like, you can't, that's not possible. And immediately he was like, that's amazing.
I know. He's just like, it's so great that you're like, we are collectively as doctors here to heal people. And you're incredible at it. Like, I'm so glad we're both in this profession together.
And he's like, I don't understand how that could possibly work, but obviously you did that. And so it does. So that's really cool. And I was like, oh, this is great.
But also like the seeing weaknesses and light points, like, again, a lesser first chapter, that could have been awful. I would have hated that. And maybe just because I was having a grand time, I was just like, yeah, of course, if he's been taught to see an assassin, he sees weak points, but now he gets to use that for that. But I just like, and I'm also, we've talked about the podcast before, I'm a sucker for I looked at you and I saw these things that you needed, like, oh, I saw you had headaches and you should be doing these things instead. Like, I love that. I love this guy. He's great.
The expert in a field being incredulous and not believing the protagonist can do a thing is such an overused trope.
But also he's still amazed by it. Like that whole thing of like the surgery thing. And I love that the surgery is still like, it still takes him a little under an hour. It's not like, oh, I got the bullets out in 5 minutes. Like there's something I like about that it wasn't just like a, wow. Like I know Twilight in Spy Family can be like that sometimes where he can do superhuman. Like this guy's already doing superhuman things, but he doesn't need to be like,
well, that's
the
the
most
thing.
insane.
I think
like it makes it quote unquote grounds it. I don't even think that's the word that I want.
I think the only thing here that is like really fantastical is the being able to see the weak point.
Yeah.
Because even the pressure point stuff, like pressure points are real, although I think sort of Asian stuff in general, and by that I do mean like India and China and Japan.
Yeah, literally Asia.
They like put too much stock into that as far as what it can really do. But there is
there's a basis
reality
there.
to it. So like the only thing in here that's actually like, oh my God, that's like so far beyond reality is visualizing weak points.
The points. I'm trying to figure out why I like it that it took him it took him 30 minutes less than the doctor thought he could do it in, and why I like that so much more than him getting it done in like, if the doctor said it would take an hour and it took him 10 minutes. And I think it's just like that he gets a little too much like, I know I said I wanted the biggest badass, but he gets a little too much like Gary Stu stuff where he's like, and he can do this and he can do that and he's so fast, and it's like he is fast, but he's still,
I guess deflecting bullets is pretty fantastic.
Exactly. Like I don't know why. It's going to take me time to process.
He saw the weak points of the bullet, so
he can hit it. It's like what's his name from JJK who had the whole like he can hit it at the right spot and it's a critical hit kind of thing.
Nanami.
Yeah, Nanami. Nanami. I don't know why that seems wrong. The guy wears a tie. But no, like top to bottom, I loved the way that they worked in like the whole like we're on a plane and the flight attendant being your eyes to see it. I love the fake out of, well, obvious he's going to show up. They've already, you know who he is. And then the other doctor shows up and I'm like, oh, what a fun fake out. And then he doesn't actually like, but it's great that he shows up first to show you this is a really good doctor. And this is what a really good doctor would do in this situation. And then it's like, and then here comes the super guy. Like it was such a good measuring stick. Like the fact that he's not back there to hear any of this. So when he shows up and then goes, bam, 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 I've instantly diagnosed and solved the problem kind of sort of. I think that's just such a genius storytelling
and the fact that
idea.
He didn't fix the guy.
No.
He just made it so that he can hang on longer to get fixed.
But also them both going, how did he get food poisoning this bad from, because it had to be something he ate on the plane that nobody else has, and then them figuring out that, oh, the plane jackers did this to sow chaos.
Yeah.
Which like, like the way it all comes together is, this manga is so good.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a first chapter in Shonen. Like I said already, like I don't know the last first chapter. Because there's series that I like now that, like, because I think of Ichi. I love Ichi, but it's like Ichi's first chapter I was kind of whatever on.
I mean, it was really good.
It was a solid first chapter, but I remember having like my misgivings about it. But this one's just like, I don't know if I've ever had a no notes Shonen Jump first chapter. Weekly Shonen Jump first chapter.
That's sort of the crazy thing because
in
person,
actual time, not in all time.
Manga is really brand new. Like, this is amazing.
Holy heck. I know, right?
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Where'd you come from? What are you doing? Please keep doing it.
This is like...
I haven't been this excited to read a second chapter in forever.
This is Kagurabachi levels of genius, but, like, the first chapter of Kagurabachi was not amazing.
Immaculate.
It was good.
It was great. It was good in hope. It inspired hope. It had a style to it.
And
it knew what it was doing.
But Kagurabachi has gotten way better since the beginning.
Yeah.
This is like starting off at the top, which actually is a little bit worrying because it makes me go, can you keep this up? Because like you probably had a month to put this first chapter
I know,
together.
but we've seen so many first chapters where they had time and they're just such fucking shit shows.
Yeah, definitely. So they definitely get all of the points, but I'm going to be watching very carefully.
Oh, yes. I know. That's the problem is once you've set up expectations that it's not, and but like it shows a level, like there's enough, the way everything clicks together shows a certain enough level and an understanding emotional thing of like, even if every chapter is not this, you get it. You understand how to put a story together. You know how to make the excitement bits. Like, you know how to write characters. I like the designs already. They're fun. Like,
it's listeners. We really need to stress. It's literally everything about this. You know, the main thing that I have been complaining about with first chapters for the longest time.
Pacing.
This is paced
immaculately
so well.
Everything moves from one thing to the other so perfectly.
At the end, he's talking to a person you have never met. It's intrigue for later. We're going to meet a handler or somebody.
Exactly. He has a handler of some sort. And we don't see them. We don't need to.
We don't know what he does day to day.
Yeah.
Why does he need a handler? We've set that up for later. We got a hook.
We didn't have to solve all of our problems. The flashback to his dad, which we can paint in more later, but it was just the right amount to go, this is why he does the things he does.
Yeah.
And it didn't it was very, I think, I want to shout it out in the way that I shouted out on, Mage Next Door, where it's just like, you give me barely a few hazy frames and then you move on. Do not spend actual concrete time on it.
Although, to be fair, Mage Next Door has also still not explained everything.
It doesn't need to.
So
it's not what it's about.
Yeah,
I'm not reading it either, so who cares? But
I like it.
That's fine. I'm not shitting on it. I'm just not for me.
I'm just saying for the listeners, you don't have to feel bad about Moxie not reading it because I am.
Certainly, I'm here for you, listeners, and by me I mean Brad, and not me. I mean him. He's him. He's reading the manga. But no, like Brad, I have a very strange concept to impose on you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do this, but I feel like we haven't been in a position like this before. I need to high noon each other where we both stick a gun to each other's head and go, say one bad thing about this manga. Because I don't know if I can find one! Besides, you can't just say having too much hope for the next. It has to be something literally in this chapter. It cannot be about checks written. It has to be about what we saw. Because I don't know if I have one. I don't, like, it feels mean to do that, but, like, honestly, like, I feel like I'm too high on this. There's something, right?
Listener, we're going to take a short break.
We're gonna go blow our brains out because we can't.
We have to figure out the one thing that's wrong with this.
I don't know why I felt compelled, because it was like, honestly, like I can't. Like, I don't know. What, do we want to go through what we think and feel first before we get to the, like, because it's like, I don't know what else I would say besides gushing, honestly.
I mean, I think this is pretty easy. I think and feel that this is amazing.
Yep.
Which is the highest rating we've given a new Jump chapter ever.
Ever. The one thought I had going into
and
thinking
it might be in the
feely,
top 10 of everything we've
honestly true.
done.
First chapter, it's a really good first chapter. Holy heck! The one thought I had with that was, how much am I scaling it, rating it on the scale of other weekly Shonen Jump first chapters that we have covered since starting this podcast? Because a lot of them so recently have been so
well, and I also wonder
rough.
how much of this might be colored by how down we were before.
That's what I'm saying. How much of this is an up? But like, I honestly don't know what's could be wrong. Like, I mean, we know there's stuff that people don't like as much, but it's like, I don't know what. I can't see something wrong with it.
Yeah.
Unless it's just not to your tastes. Like, at most, like, some of the, like, his powers, if you're not already riding high, I could see maybe being a little frustrating, I guess, but that's me pulling at hairs or whatever.
The only thing that I can say, and this is the most nitpicky bullshit, and I would never say this unless we were specifically doing
trying
this.
to get something. Just have some slight wrinkle to this conversation that's not just, oh my gosh, people read this manga.
I did notice, and this, it might have been with other things, but I specifically noticed it with, like, the lead hijacker.
I love that guy. He's so beardy.
His build changed.
Yeah, I guess.
And it wasn't severe, but it was enough that I noticed it.
Yeah, but he's so distinctly drawn. He's so stylized that he's always easy to pick up.
He was like thinner at some points and thicker at other points.
I think at times where he had to be more imposing.
But it was literally like
not a problem.
I wouldn't have even brought it up, except you're holding a gun
I'm holding a gun to your head, and I'm holding a gun to my head too. Oh man, but yeah, no, honestly, think and feel like I had such a great time. I literally shouted to the heavens, "Oh my gosh, this is such a good weekly Shonen Jump first chapter." It's been forever, if not ever. Like, I don't think we've ever had a first chapter that was just this from the gate. There's no like, oh, we're doing a mag dump, or like, oh, more chapters exist, so we have a vague sense of things. Literally, all we have is chapter 1. We have zero concept of where this is going.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been this hyped and excited. And was just so like, yeah, of course. Not even a way that it feels like it's specific to. I know I've been on my badass kick, but like, honestly, this just feels like it's not like, oh, I've been looking forward to this, or this has a thing that's really specific to Moxie. It's literally just, I love this. This is great.
I would put this next to the first chapters for Spy Family and Frieren, which we haven't covered on this show.
No. And I don't know if I'd want to do an arc of that, but I think it would be interesting to try to find series that we like to go is, I mean, I guess the way that we used to do the pillars of just go, this series that we think is incredible, that we love, what is its first chapter like?
But I think Frieren is quite possibly the best first chapter of manga ever.
Wow. Big words.
And that's probably just my opinion, but and Spy Family is very close behind that.
I don't even remember what the first chapter of Spy Family is anymore.
So the fact that I'm putting this up there, I might.
But we don't even, like, that's what I love with this, is like, we don't know anything. We can't. There's only one chapter right now.
And that's the thing, is you have to very specifically go the first chapter.
Yes.
I'm not saying the series.
But we had this when we went back to Akane, because both of us had read essentially all Akane when we covered that. And it's like, it's impossible to come back to that without Future Vision vibe. We tried to, and I still think it was a great first chapter.
That is true. However, I distinctly remember reading the first chapters of Frieren and Spy Family and immediately
thinking they were great,
being hooked and going, oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was years ago, and I still remember that.
I respect that. But no, it's just, this is the reason why I like doing this show and trying to record that first episode before there's any chapters, because it becomes this little time capsule where it's truly, it's the funny Valentine. My vision is unclouded, or my feelings are unclouded, whatever the noun in that sentence is. Like, I can't, I mean, I know I said I'm biased
my noun is unclouded.
My judgment is unclouded. Literally my only bias is the fact that we've had a lot of stinkers in Jump recently, but I don't like I said, while I was reading it and now, like, there's no moment where I'm like, but like I never felt a moment of like,
So that is the thing,
and that's how I know my judgment is unclouded. Is
I'm
that I just from moment one I was like, I love this.
But that's the thing. I don't know if my judgment is unclouded. I think it is.
Yeah.
I maybe 90% sure it is, but there's the nagging thing that I have where I'm going, I was not looking forward to this. They dropped.
That's
they're
what
like
makes you
3
more
new
unbiased,
chapters
because you went in much like me with a furrowed brow, going, "Okay, here we go. Our new arc, which is already a wonderfully joyous shit show, is moved in another month."
I'm just wondering if this is, and I don't think this is the case, but possibility. Maybe this is just pretty good. It's not amazing.
No.
And we went into it with such low expectations that because it's pretty good, we're overshooting it.
It speaks to its stellarness that we went in with arms folded and we were instantly thawed and had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Because when you go in arms folded, there's a certain amount of resistance to what's happening. It's why when we have like more like okay series,
pendulum effect.
Yeah, but it's like why when we have okay series and we go in because we've been trained to be judgmental because we've had so many not really good first chapters where it's like something that people like a Someone Hurts and we just go, what is this?
Yeah.
But this one we went in with, I feel like, our normal thing because we didn't know what's going to be. We didn't know anything when we read it, and then both of us were blown away. I think that speaks to its quality that even through folded arms, it instantly thawed us, and we both had not just a great time, an incredible time.
I want the editor.
Is this a new editor
who picked this up to execute the guy who greenlit Gone Run Egg?
Crack that man open. This is incredible. Where'd you find this artist guy? Get more of this
guy.
Isn't
it crazy? The lowest ranked thing we've ever had within 3 new releases of the highest ranked thing. That's insane.
I was very confused by what you
Gone Run Egg was like 3 series
ago. Yeah. It's just, you never know. Like, that's why we keep coming back, because you never know what's going to come out.
It just doesn't make any sense.
You never know what's going to go through that magazine.
You can go from that level of terrible to this high.
Immaculateness.
That quickly. It doesn't make any sense.
Right, I'm excited. Screw whatever the new series is next week. I'm excited for Under Doctor Chapter 2.
Yeah. I don't think the next 2 can live up to this.
No, man.
I am prepared to be surprised.
Yes, Alien Headbutt sounds cool. But yes. What? We said our thinky things and our feely feels. Are we both, fantastic, amazing, whatever it is? The level above great?
The level right below meme.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly, I'm leaning towards.
I think it could only be that if it had something. I think it's usually that if it's something that's very specific to me that feels special, and that's why it's very that's why that becomes the mean level of defensive of like, this is incredible and this feels like a love letter to me.
If this was also an isekai, I would.
Would you buy? Yes, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think
I would have to know.
This is weird because talking about would you buy the volume.
Yes,
off of reading the first chapter. A lot of times it's like, that's really hard.
I would spend $15 as an investment to read the rest of the first volume.
This one,
in a heartbeat.
So easily.
Easy.
To go,
easy money.
Of course.
Yes, of course. We already technically high noon.
15? No, I'll give you 30.
Oh, my goodness, sir.
I need an omnibus of this yesterday.
Yes, no, very excited. I guess, the literally only downside is we could be let down that this one was so amazing, but I don't think of another first chapter. Usually it's like, the first chapter was pretty good, and then chapter 2 lets me down, but never like, oh my gosh, that first chapter was incredible. Like, it just shows such an aptitude of storytelling. So, fingers crossed it doesn't instantly shit the bed.
Yeah.
But I've got hopes. High hopes, folks.
High hopes.
I
should have thought of the rest of that before I was just started.
Like, there's too many single syllable words, and I need bigger words to say manga and shonen and jump. Yeah. Any closing words? I think we're done.
I do have something to close on, actually.
Oh.
So, as Moxie said at the beginning, we had to record this the day after because of the snowstorm.
Correct. Nobody was going nowhere, folks.
So we're recording this on Monday, the day after it came out, and a couple people in the Discord decided that they needed to talk about this before we recorded. And so there's spoilers here. So I'm going to react to these messages live.
Oh my goodness.
So Imaginary was the first one. Imaginary numeral. Shout out.
Shout out to patrons that we'll shout out shortly.
Yeah. So I'm going to call this officially. We've recorded the episode, so this is the first time I'm opening this spoiler.
Okay, I've already read all these.
This is hyping it up probably way more than it should be.
Yeah, just read it.
Imaginary says, "Yo, that was cool as heck!"
Yeah, I love being excited with people that I know.
And then Lass of the Red Rose replied, "I liked it quite a bit."
Yay!
And then Cake Dwarf. Cake Dwarf says, "I see why people could like it, but I don't think I will read more than 5 chapters."
Ooh.
Damn.
Not quite a boo, but a ooh.
Well, we'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited. I haven't been this excited about a manga in quite some time. Actually, you know what? I'm remembering just because I've been working through my reread of it to catch back up. I did really like Kiyoshi's first chapter, but I think I like this more, honestly. But no.
Yeah. Kiyoshi was really good. We were pretty excited about that immediately, but
yeah,
not quite this much.
This one feels, again, that's also maybe makes me feel a little bit of like the bias of like our expectations were low, even if arms were folded. But yeah. Brad, literally land this plane.
Is there a doctor on this plane?
Is there a doctor? There's 2 doctors.
Is there a doctor to land this plane?
Is there a medical doctor? Sorry, English doctor. You're not helpful here.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of terrorists.
I've got terrorists. It's like hemorrhoids. Terroroids. And there's the DBZA joke.
You need preparation H, which stands for, what was his name? Heiji? Well, as always, we need the thanks to Goy Mart for partnering with us. Goy Mart's a retailer of Japanese snacks, drinks, toys, and merch. All kinds of cool stuff you can't get outside Japan. Our listeners can click the link in the description or use code APR15 at checkout to get 15% off their first order. And hey, we want to hear from you. Like we just saw a minute ago, maybe we'll shout you out on the podcast if you got a good take. So
or a bad take.
or a
medium take.
But yeah, the best place to find out how to chat with us is to go on our website, animepodcasterreincarnation.com, where you can find a page called Social Links. I wonder what those are. Anyway, the best place to chat with us is our Discord, so come hang out with us there. We got a lot of fun conversations. You can also find a link up there to our Patreon, where our supporters get perks like getting to vote on what we cover on various series that we have going on here. Getting the high-quality stereo version of the podcast early, as well as bonus episodes from time to time. Mm-hmm. We'll have to do one of those again soon.
We have one planned, ? I'm
blanking. We'll talk about that later.
I'm going to say words. I don't want to say words that you're going to have to bleep later and then maybe forget to bleep them.
Oh, yeah.
And now also...
Yeah, I'll bleep those.
Bleep those.
So you're not...
Bleep these, Brad! See, now you'll have to see that audio thing. And you'll hear it even if you're sleeping.
That's yeah.
That's what I learned. You got to scream.
Shout out Imaginary, who's caught me twice now.
Yes.
Things I needed to bleep before the real episode came out. Hey, if you become a patron...
you get to listen to it earlier and catch the edits, Brad.
You might learn something.
You might get some foreshadowing more so.
Speaking of... We have to shout out our patrons. Mm-hmm. So, at our noble tier, we've got our marquee, Sir Cake Dwarf.
Do I do things still? I don't remember anymore.
Yeah.
It's Cake Dwarf.
I don't. Did Imaginary give us another one?
No, but we kind of there was a ceasefire of like I could just keep putting cool things in music. You don't have to sing anything. So
Anyway, so also at our noble tier, we've got our count imaginary numeral.
I just always default to Take You for a Ride. With Pokemon?
Final Fantasy.
Oh. That gave big Pokemon Red, Blue, I'm on a Bike.
I mean, it's a NES game. That's what they sound like. This is what it sounds like. Anyway, last and certainly not least, at our commoner tier, we've got Rena, Last Man on Earth, and Laura Carroll. So thank you so much to all of our patrons.
Thank you, patrons. Thank you, Brad, for doing that. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Make sure you listen to all the podcasts in our feed. And, Brad, I think I'm suffering from, if I don't read the next chapter, I'm going to die itis.
Is there a doctor on the podcast?
On today's episode, it's the Underdoctor, and you're going to rest in peace. Because you're going to be sleeping so well because he's a really good doctor. That was the gag. Because anytime, all I could do with Underdoctor was think about Undertaker and just saying his name like fucking Vince.
Or
the Underdoctor.
The Incredibles.
The Underminer?
Yeah.
I don't know how they say his name, though. Got Undertaker
he's
on
a
the brain.
mole guy, right?
Yeah.
I am the Underminer.
Underdog. See, again, I just shift into that. On today's episode, grab your stethoscopes and
lab coat.
Yeah, grab your scalpel and lab coat. It's time for Underdoctor. Never fear, Underdoctor is here. Wait, was he Underdog? What was he? What was the dog? Is it Underdog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that sounds wrong.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Underdoctor is here. I'm glad we're recording. I'm honestly going to do that, but I think I just will shift into Undertaker, Underdoctor when I get there, but I like that. On today's episode, there's no need to fear. Underdoctor is here. I'll do it all straight. I just like saying it's already on recording. Fine. Let me do it, but actually not instantly pivoting at the end of it before I let it go quiet. We good? We ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Underdoctor.
Is it a boat?
Is it a phone? Is it a car? Yes. I'm suffering from next chapter-itis.